Hello and welcome to the Boxing Day edition of Cracking the Cryptic, which I am recording, of course, on Boxing Day. I've been live over the Christmas period, and today I'm going to be trying a fog of war puzzle called Hit Reveal Solve by Nurator, and this is the new dynamic fog of war, which means that let's say we got this cell and we were able to enter the correct digit into this cell, it wouldn't necessarily clear the fog from its immediate locale and neighbourhood. It might clear the fog down there. You just don't know. Or it might not clear any fog at all. So this is sort of the very latest innovation in fog of war technology. And actually, the rule set in this puzzle is called hit point arrows. And I'm not sure I've done a puzzle with this rule set before. So it's going to be a new experience for me. Now, I did get a new one of these smart watches for Christmas, and it keeps buzzing on my wrist. I don't know. It's very, very disconcerting. So if I keep looking at my wrist, that is why. I apologise for that. Anyway, I hope all of you had an absolutely great Christmas. I hope Santa Claus was extremely generous to all of you. I'm looking forward to doing some solving with you today. Actually, I will mention that we've just most of you know this already, but we have a huge suite of Sudoku apps out there. The apps are all wonderful because they feature handcrafted puzzles by the great and the good of the Sudoku community, so the best constructors in the world. Now, we do have a Fog of War app, and we have just updated it with some new puzzles. So make sure, if you own the app already, that you update, because I think there's 5 new puzzles that have just appeared. There's also a couple of Christmas puzzles, and all of the line puzzles are complete now as well. So make sure that you try those, because they're all rather special. Now, I've still got birthdays to catch up on. I know that. Oh, the other thing I want to mention, though, we've been talking about this a bit over the last few days. On the 1st of January, we have a huge new present coming for all our patrons. The Hobbit, this puzzle hunt by Blobz, 19 puzzles in all, with the art of Ted Naismith, who is one of the world's leading Tolkien artists. I mean, it's just spectacular, this stuff. Blobz's Lord of the Rings hunt, which happened earlier on in 2024, was fabulous. This is even better, and yeah, just make sure you're ready for it. 1st of January is when it will appear. Now, let us turn our attention to birthdays. I'm going to start. Oh, this is lovely. I'm going to start off by wishing Aurelia, who has turned 1, a very happy birthday. Aurelia is one of my favourite names ever. I've already watched Love Actually this Christmas. I watched it on Christmas Eve. You can't really do Christmas without watching Love Actually. I will hear no words against it. I know some people think it's a bit mawkish, but you have to be pretty hard-hearted, I think, to watch Love Actually and not enjoy it. And the Colin Firth storyline in that, I really like it. So Aurelia always makes me think of that. And Aurelia, I've got a picture. Here we go. Where are you? Here we are, look. And Aurelia, I know it's your birthday because your dad Nate wrote in and said that when you're watching the videos with him, you always perk up when you hear the theme music. It's just great. Anyway, I hope I'm a bit late with your birthday because of my holiday. But December the 19th was your birthday, and I hope it was a splendid one. Now, next, Derek. Derek, you turned 33 on December the 19th over there in Des Moines, Iowa. A place I used to know a bit about, because I worked with some people who worked there once. Your partner B wrote to us and told us you'd been together for 8 years, and 8 weeks ago, probably getting on for 9 weeks ago now, you had your first child, and I've got a picture of the two of you as well. Caspian. Oh, look. Is that in the right? I think it is in the right place. So that's Derek with the new arrival. A little lad there. Absolutely brilliant. And Derek, I'm sorry I'm late with your birthday message, but many, many happy returns. It sounds like you've got a lot going on in your life at the moment, a lot of good things. Next, I'm late with this one. December the 20th was Elena's birthday. Elena, you turned 23 over there on the East Coast. And I hear you're trying to solve more puzzles as well as watch the videos. So thank you for watching. I hope you had a great birthday with a large slice of chocolate cake, obviously. Next, I really like this message as well. JS turned 70 on December the 21st, and I know this because I'm not sure if all of these are your nieces, but one of them, I know Kate is your niece. Kate, Alyssa and Michaela wanted to wish you a very happy birthday and told me that you are known for your money origami. What? That sounds incredibly skillful, because it's quite difficult to fold money. I don't know if they mean that you actually fold money into sort of different shapes. But anyway, JS, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you had a great birthday. Next, Nick. Nick, you turned 13 on the 19th of December, and I know this because your dad, Dimitro, wrote to us and told us that the two of you watch together. I think you sometimes watch both videos every day. That is absolutely brilliant. Nick, thank you for doing that. Well, and Dimitro, thank you for doing that. And Nick, I hope you had a great birthday. And then Canada, British Columbia, Canada, on the 21st of December, it was Sean's birthday, and Sean, you turned 28. And I love the fact that you've been getting your mum into variant Sudoku and teaching her the rules of these strange puzzles that we get to try every day. So Sean, I hope you had a great birthday. And then finally, I have a birthday I'm not late for. Tyler over there in Indiana. It's your birthday today, and I know this because your wife Larissa wrote to us and told us you're a high school math teacher. Tyler, I hope today is very good. I hope you had a good Christmas too. And well, I'm not sure. Is it Christmas cake? You're probably still on Christmas cake today, but if not, chocolate cake is obviously a good option. And they are all the birthdays. And with that, we'll do some Sudoku solving. Let's have a look at Hit, Reveal, Solve. Now, this puzzle only has 2 stars for difficulty on Logic Masters Germany. So Nurator, hopefully, is not going to have produced something absolutely monstrous. But let's see. The rules are as follows. We've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. My phone just did something. That's fine. Dynamic fog. It's an Apple Watch. So if anyone has any good tips for me as to, what I should do with it, I would really welcome them. I'm useless with technology, absolutely useless. It is a great mystery to most of my friends how I could ever have become a YouTuber. But anyway, let's go. Dynamic fog. The grid is covered in fog, that's obvious. Placing a correct digit in a cell lifts fog in that cell and possibly other cells. Oh, okay. So if you get that cell, it will reveal that cell. It just might not reveal any other cells, but it might reveal all sorts of other cells as well. You just don't know. Oh, and just another thing. In Fog of War puzzles, do not guess. You spoil it. These puzzles are designed by the constructor to be solved in a very logical way, so there is no need to guess. Now, hit point arrows. This is this new rule. A digit in a cell with an arrow is equal to the sum of all digits where the digit equals the distance from that arrow clue. If multiple arrows are in one cell, the sum total of all such digits in those directions is used. Now, thankfully, there is an example, because when I read these rules before I turned on the webcam, I was a bit stuck at this point. I wasn't quite sure I understood it, but I think this example is helpful. It says, e.g., if the digit in row 1, column 7 is a 2, I'm not going to write 2 in case that is correct, but let's say this was a 2, it would contribute to the sum in row 3, column 7, while every other digit in that cell would not. And that's what made me understand. So basically it's saying that, look, this cell here has got an arrow pointing in this direction. So a 2 here would be 2 cells away from this cell. So it would contribute to the total in this cell. If there was a 1 here, it would contribute to the value of this cell. If there was a 2 here, it would contribute to the value of this cell. But if there was a 7 here, it's not 7 cells away from this cell, so it wouldn't contribute. So I think I do understand the rule. I really don't think I've come across it before. But anyway, do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now, I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now, I feel that like this has to be a 3. Let me explain why though. The reason is, it has to be something. We can't just leave it blank. So there have to be a digit or digits in the directions of the arrows in these cells that contribute to the total in this cell. Now, the only digits that could contribute in either direction are the digits 1 and 2, because this is 1 cell away and this is 2 cells away. But what we can't do is have only one contributor, because let's say that we had a 1 here and all of these cells were sort of 7s, 8s and 9s. Well, then this digit is going to be the same as this cell, isn't it? That's impossible from a Sudoku perspective. So this must be summing a 1 and a 2. And the 1 must be in one of those squares, and the 2 must be in one of those squares. And I think that makes this 3. And it does, and it clears fog down below it. So let's just get rid of my green highlighting now. And let's think about this one then. So that means I can see from in an easterly direction, it could pick up a 1 or a 2, couldn't it? Oh no, what I was about to say was wrong. So I'm not going to say it now. I was going to say well, hang on. It does it have to pick up more than one digit? It does, doesn't it? If it only picked up a digit in this direction, it would equal this cell, and that would break Sudoku. If it only picked up a digit in this direction, it would be the same. But it could perhaps pick up 2 digits in that direction. Or 2 digits in that direction. The 3 is wrong, isn't it, for this one? So, in the sense that this is not 3 cells away. So this cell cannot... okay, so it does 2 things. This 3 being here prevents this cell also from contributing to the total. Right. So I'm going to now claim, I don't know if this is right, but I'm now going to now claim I think that cell might have to contribute to this. Because this can't contribute because it would need to be a 3. It's 3 cells away and it can't be. So these 2 are definitely out. They cannot contribute. If this didn't contribute, what would the total be here? And the point is, the total would be made up exactly as this was, from 1s and 2s around it. And you could only put 1 1 and 1 2 into this box. So that would be a 3. So that definitely counts. And that is 4 away, so that, I think, has to be 4. Well, it was. It is 4. And, well, does that mean that has to be 2 now? Oh, no! I thought we were going to get something from that. That's rotten. So what is this, then? Yes. Oh, this is really cleverly set, this. Right. So, this could... Remember, these 2 don't contribute to the blue total. So we're either adding a 1 here, a 1 here, or a 2 here. Well, we can't add a 2 here anymore. So there's a 1 in one of those, and this is a 5. And that's the only way you can make it up. And that reveals more fog here. Now, you've got the most weird pattern of 1s. I know one of these is a 1. I know one of these is a 1. So the 1 in column 9 has to be down at the bottom here. And there might be more we can say. Let me just... We probably have to go here, but let me just think about this for a second. I don't think I know more. I'm not sure. I don't think I know more. Right, so what's this doing then? These arrows point at each other. Okay, the first and obvious thing we can say about both of these arrows is that they are not just summing one hit-pointed digit. Because again, I mean, let's say this one, let's say this was a 3, so it contributed to this one's total. It can't only see that digit, because then these would be the that total, and that would break Sudoku. So each of these needs to see at least 2 digits. Ah, right, so this one is under more pressure. That's really interesting. 3, 4. Oh yeah, I think this arrow might be completely forced. I'm not certain, but what I'm noticing is that this cell cannot contribute to this one's total, because for it to contribute it would need to be a 2, and it can't be a 2 because we know it's summing 2 digits in this direction, at least. So it's not, because you can't put 2 1s in the row, and certainly not make the 2 1s meet the hit point criteria. This is not a 2, so it doesn't contribute to this one's total. But we know that there are 2 digits in this direction that do contribute. Well, 3 can't be correct here because of Sudoku. 4 can't be correct here because of Sudoku. So I think that has to contribute, and that has to contribute, and that's the only way you can make this work. So that's got to be, this is going to be huge, because that's got to be a 1, that's a 5, that's a 6, this 1 makes this a 1, makes this a 1. Look, we're getting loads done, but it's not cleared anything. This is... Well, it's going to be this arrow, I think. Oh, those 6 is at the top of the grid there. 5 is down here. I'm not totally averse to doing Sudoku if it's absolutely necessary. Oh well, okay, that one, this one, that 1 is correct for it, isn't it? Because it is 1 away in this direction. So 1, 2. If that's a 3, this would be a 4. Oh, that's lovely. That's what it is. Right. Look at the way that the 5 and the 6 constrain the possible green cells along here now. It's really clever. Yeah. Okay. So this could be green, and I think will turn out to be green. What would happen if this was green, i.e. was in the correct position for this hit point cell? 1, 2, 3. It would be a 4. And we'd have 4 plus 1 equal 5 in this square, which is impossible. And what we couldn't do is add more digits on to make and put a 4 here, because if we add more digits on, oh, actually, am I wrong? No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I could have that. I could have both of these counting, couldn't I? Ah, that's interesting. So if that's 3, 2, 3, and that's 4, and that's 8, that would work. And that would make that 6, 8. And this would be 7, 9. Right, okay, so that's possible. So we don't know which of these is green, and both of them could be. If it's only this one, this would be a 4. And this one is the 5th position, so that simply cannot contribute. So that digit is 4 or 8. I don't know what to do with that. Is it Sudoku? 3 and 2 have to be up here. So 3 and 2 have to be over here, but we don't know whether this oh, that's always 3. That's the point, isn't it? Because what we can't do is 1 plus 4 equals 5. So that is always essentially a 3. That's great. So now we get something down there. But we don't know whether this digit's important or not. So that one is green. I don't know if this way of sort of colouring the grid is relevant, but I think Aurelia liked colours, so maybe she'll enjoy this. 6 is over here. It's going to be here though, isn't it? What do we have to do down here? That's actually very immediately quite a strange question, isn't it? Because right, this one, this which I've labelled blue, this one doesn't contribute to this, because this must sum 2 digits in this direction. Oh, that's right. This is truly weird. This is truly weird. Right, I've noticed something else. I'm going to make this purple. Now the point here is that purple must take more than one digit in this direction must contribute to purple's total. So this is at least a 3. But because this one, then this being a 3 means it doesn't contribute to the blue total, but the blue needs to have 2 correctly positioned digits here as well, doesn't it? Because if it only had 1 correctly positioned digit, it would be the same as this digit. So these are a sort of split. 2 of them are going to be in the correct position for this one, and 2 of them are going to be in the correct position for this one. And note it's impossible for those 2 sets to overlap, because if, say, this digit was in the correct position for this one, it would be a 2. Well, it's not also going to be correct for this one then, is it? That's 3 away from that one. So they are mutually exclusive, and they are shared 2 by 2. This is the sort of Noah's Ark row. 2 of them go purple. Right, and that 3 is making this can't be blue. It's not allowed to be blue. So it's actually this is really beautiful. Actually, it's beautiful because this cannot be correct for this clue by Sudoku. It must be correct for this clue, and therefore it is a 2. Oh no, no. That's rotten. Okay, that didn't reveal. I thought that was going to be quite a clever deduction. It didn't reveal what I hoped it was going to at all. Okay, but it's self-reinforcing. Now this being a 2 prevents this being a 2, so this square cannot be blue and be correctly positioned for this one anymore. So it has to be a purple digit, which means it's a 1. And therefore this is a 3, because we know only 2 digits are contributing in this direction. This must be 2, 3, 4 and 5. This must be 4. This must be 5. This must be 9. The logic. Oh, did that really not do anything? Are these? Let me just. Oh, okay. So it was correct. It was correct. It just hasn't revealed any fog. Literally nothing. Oh, well, I really like the logic for that. But I'm a bit surprised, should we say, that didn't clear anything. Has it helped with any of my pencil marks up at the top here? This clue is there is a sort of negative constraint as well, isn't there? Oh, it doesn't apply there. I was just thinking that if this 6 has sort of reached its total from the 1 here and the 5 here, so it's essential that all 3 of these are not correctly positioned for this clue, but none of them can be. 2, 3, 4 are all impossible digits to place. Okay, what about these then? So this is 6, 7 and 8. Ah, so the 5 doesn't go there, the 1 doesn't go there. How does that help, though? I feel like there must be a clue I haven't used. Oh, I see. Right. Oh, I should have left my pencil mark in here. Oh, that's great. Look, this square, to be correct for that clue, would have been a 4, and it can't be a 4 now. So that is going to be... All right, so the corollary is that it has no ability to be green anymore. So this is 4. Oh, that's good. That's good. That has done some things. Well, at least it's given me more clues to think about. Is that just what we have to go straight to by the looks of things? Oh, well, that can't be a 2. Because it must be... It's only got an arrow in one direction, so it's sort of a Harry Styles arrow. It must see 2 digits below it in correct positions at least. So that's given me a 2-3 pair in box 2. And let's just give that a quick colour, orange. The 1 is in the correct position. The 3 is definitely not. That can't be... Okay, that can't be in the correct position because it would be a 2. That can't be in the correct position. It would be a 3, and 3 breaks. So it's 1 more digit. It's taking this cell and 1 more digit, because if it's taking 2 more digits, we know those digits are now at least 4s and 5s. So 4 plus 5 plus 1 is 10, which I can't write into this square. So my phone just buzzed as a result. All I did was that. But it was a notification, like a news notification, of the best 20 games of 2024. I don't want to know that. Okay. But... No, that's wrong. What I was about to say is wrong. So it's 1... So if that was orange... 1, 2, 3, it would be a 4. I'm actually going to write that into the middle, and then that would be a 5, so that works. I don't think that can be orange then. It can be a 5 and be correct, but it would make this a 6, which would clash. That's definitely not correct. So those are sort of both black digits from the perspective of orange. Now let's go further afield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a 7 or an 8 here. So a 7 there or an 8 here. Both of those, I think, could possibly be orange, and that would make this 8 or 9. And if you're saying, as I think you might be, that's not helpful, I am going to be forced to absolutely agree with you. Can we not whittle that down any further? Oh, bobbins. Okay. Let's try that one. We seem to know much more about these digits than we do about that one. So let's look at this one. Let's give it a colour. That's the most important thing. Right. Oh, the 2 is correct. I was about to say neither of these are correct, but that's not true. The 2 is in the correct position. The 5 isn't. So we're adding... Well, that can't be correct. Oh no, actually I might be wrong about that. I've got to be careful here, because we might be adding more than 1 digit down here. If it was 2, 3, 4, for example, could that be 9? And the answer is perhaps. This can't be correct, because that would be the 5th position, and that's broken. 6. Oh, those 2 can't be correct from the perspective of green, because they would be 7s and 8s. So those are out. And this one, if that's in, it has to be a 6. And then this would have to be, that would have to be 8. That would affect this one slightly. So if that one is in on its own, that's impossible, because it would be a 3, and that would make this a 5. But I think these two might be able to be in together. 2, 3, 4, 9 is what I'm sort of... I sort of feel like that might almost be likely, because it would be an unusual thing. I don't really see, though, how to do this. So maybe I've got to look at that one. Let's go over there and have a look at this one. But this one's terrible, isn't it? No, it's not. And let me explain why. Okay, this is not in the correct position, because it can't be a 1, and this square can't be a 2. And we know that this is summing at least 2 digits, don't we? Well, it now is summing exactly 2 digits. Because the minimum digit that's being included in the sum is a 3, and 3 plus 4 is already 7. So we can't include 3, 4, and 5 or something like that. This is going to be a double-digit number. So 5 here is in the wrong position. So we're actually 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, if this was in the correct position, it would be a 7. And once we added that to at least a 3, we would be a 10. So it's some combination of these 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's either a 3 here, a 4 here, or... Oh, it's not a 5 there. That's impossible. Oh, that's it. Well, that's it. So it's exactly the only way this works. And that's so strange, because this one looked like it was by far the least constrained. But it's actually the most constrained. Because you can't put a correct 5 here by Sudoku. You need 2 digits, so I think that's 3. I think that's 4. I think that's 7. Oh, I'm just going to delete the... Yeah, it has worked. That has worked. I was worried it hadn't. I think that's going to have an effect over here. Look, it's how... Oh, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Now I'm going to come back to green, because this can no longer be correct. It would be 3 away. This can no longer be correct. It would be 4 away. Those both turn black, and we need this now to be green, which I think made it a 6. And it makes this an 8 by green logic. It makes that a 6 by Sudoku logic. This is no longer an 8, which was that one, wasn't it? So that one is not 7 anymore. These two squares are a 7-9 pair by Sudoku, and these two squares are a 2-8 pair by Sudoku. These squares are 1, 5, and 9. That's very annoying. It doesn't seem to work. Now, oh look. This little 4, which I focused on there, also, yeah, this was a good plan for me to put little digits in the middle of these coloured squares. So that's now not capable of being an orange digit. So this is an 8. Didn't clear any fog. That's a 9. Oh, no way! Oh, you rotten puzzle. Okay, those become a 1-5 pair. Maybe Sudoku will come to our rescue. 4, 6, 9. Yes, that's a 4. That didn't clear fog again, did it? Being toyed with. 5, 7, 8. And that's not 8. Okay, we better get rid of some of our colouring now, because I think it's a little otiose in places. We can get rid of all of those digits. We could, I mean, oh, we better be a bit careful though. For instance, we might have to be careful about the negative constraint, in the sense that, you know, I've got to make sure all of these are in the wrong position. Like that, in the final grid, this cannot be a 7, because it would then, in theory, contribute to that cell. But now we're in trouble, aren't we? How do I do this? No, not like that. What I was about to say was gibberish. What's going on? What have I not used here? It's going to be Sudoku, isn't it? That's obviously what I've not done. I just can't see it. There is an 8 in one of those. 1 in one of these. 1 in one of those. 5 in one of those. Oh, 6. There's a 6 here, please. No! Oh, I thought I'd found it. What about 2 is in one of those squares? So 2 is right down at the bottom here. Oh, I see. 8's now constrained. 8's in one of these squares, so that can't be 8 anymore. That's got to be 7. Now, will this clear fog? Yes, that's a relief. Okay, so this is almost certainly where we have to go now. Let me just ponder for a second about, yeah, Sudoku. 7, 9. And these squares at the bottom of column 7 are the digits 2 and 9, apparently, if we rely on that fair-weathered friend Sudoku. 6, 9. There's a 9 in one of those. Okay. All right, so let's now, which one of these do we think is under most pressure? I mean, by rights, it should be this one, shouldn't it? That only has a very limited number of, just from a pure Sudoku perspective. Again, we know it must be adding at least 2 digits horizontally. This digit can't be a 1, this digit can't be a 2, that digit maybe could be a 3, that digit maybe could be a 4, that digit maybe could be a 5. Oh dear, well that can't be a 6. That digit, if it was 7 and counted, we'd be too high, wouldn't we? 7 plus 3 is too high. So these are out. So it's some combination of these, and it must be 2 of them. So this is 7 or 9. It can't. I was about to say 7, 8 or 9. I noticed it couldn't be 8. So it's 7 or 9, and it's either counting this digit as a 3 and that as a 4, or this digit as a 4 and this as a 5. And I think that means this is always a 4. Let me just think about that for a second. I'm fairly sure. That feels logical. Well, it was apparent. Oh, better than that. Oh, no, I was about to say that can't be a 1 now, but that's not true, because this might not be the 3. If that's the 5, then there's no 3 in this cell. I've got to be so careful here. Okay, so maybe we've got to look at this one then. So we'll make that red. Yeah, but that one could be a 1 immediately. That one could be a 2. Oh, this is a disaster. That one can't be 3. That one can't be 4. That one can't be 5. No, that can't be 6. That one can be 7. Oh dear. So it could go. Well, hang on. How is that not counted? Oh, that's it. Right. This is, again, it's really interesting, this. This has to count. Because imagine it didn't. The only 2 cells that could count in row 6 would be a 1 and a 2, making this a 3 and clashing. So that does count, and it is 7. Which means this is 3, this is 1. This is not 5. So that loses its yellowification. Oh, but no, we don't know. No, because now this could be 1 or this could be 2. That it's not possible both of them. We can't put 1 and 2 in, because then this would be 10. But we don't know which way round it goes, I don't think. So this is 8 or 9, depending. Oh, I was about to say something. Well, so doesn't that mean... That means 5 is restricted. Yeah, no, nearly, very nearly. Yeah, there's something going on with 5 in this row. 5 can't go here, and 5 can't go here. So 5 is in one of those two squares, and whichever one it's in, it's going to remove the opportunity of that cell to be red. So I think the correct pencil marks here are these. So this is either 1 or 5, because imagine it wasn't... If it was 5, this has to be 2. And if this is 5, this has to be 1 in order to correct the count for this one, because one of these has to be red and therefore A1 or A2. So 5 is in one of those two cells. So 9 is in one of these two squares. Oh, this is almost doing things, you know. Almost, but not quite. 9 in this row can't be here. So it's in one of those two cells. 9 in row 3 is in one of those two cells. So we can ask where 9 goes in column 3, and it's got to be in one of these two squares. And the upshot of all that is, I don't know. It might be something. Oh, come on, Simon. Oh, no, nearly. 4, I was going to say in this box, is a bit restricted, but it's not really. Oh, bobbins. I don't know. I think something's going on in this row. What else have we got to place? We've got 1, 2. 1, 2, 8, 9. So this square, it can't be 1. So that is a 2 or an 8 only. Is that good enough somehow? I don't know is the answer. It's not the negative constraint, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That can't be 8 in this row, because this will become too big. Oh, it's almost doing things, this. So this is 1, 2, or 9, I think. This square here. Now, what do we do with that? And the answer is, I don't know. But I'm sort of quite interested to try and find out. Let's think about this then. 3 is in one of the... Oh, nearly. We've got an absolute wealth of pencil marking in this box. In fact, look at that. That's quite rare for me. I've actually got full corner pencil markage, which means that you can actually replace the corner pencil markage with central digits, because we've fully corner pencil marked the positions for each of the digits 2, 3, 4, 8 and 9. So that's sort of quite a rare thing to have happened. I don't unfortunately think it's going to do anything. There must be... Oh, I've got a 1-5 pair here. That's interesting, he says, desperately trying to work out why. So that digit has to appear somewhere in this column, and it's going to be at the bottom here. It's in one of those two positions. But I think it can be in either. I think. Let me think. So, have we got anything else to say? about any of these. Gosh, I don't know. I've got this 2, 8 here. So if that's 8, that would be 9. And that would make this 2, this 5. And that would be 1. That might be fine. I'm not sure. 1 is in one of those 2 cells in box 4 by Sudoku. Oh, it's going to be some. Oh, look, 3. There we go. That's a 3. That's a 2. That was rotten. That's done nothing. Is that really right? It's done absolutely nothing. Maybe I've got to pencil mark this. So this is 6, 7, 8, or 9. These are 6, 7, 8, or 9. That can't be 8. I don't immediately see how that helps though. I know. I don't think it helps. Is there some negative? Oh, that can't be 5. It would contribute to this. No, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that is true. Hang on. Ah, beautiful. I've been wondering whether I've been quite paranoid about the negative constraint. Yeah. So do you remember we made this yellow originally and were concerned that because this could have been 9, and then once this became 7 because that was necessary for this one, which meant this lost its yellowification, and effectively 5 is therefore not allowed in that square. And now my logic of pencil marking these 2 digits with the central pencil marks is useful. That must be 2. So this is forced to be 5. Which makes that 5, that 1. Obviously I know it makes this a 9. Okay, that's good. I was still worried. That's become a 1. That becomes an 8. So we get some odd thing here. 9 comes out of these squares, and 9 is down here, which we already knew. Ah, but that's 9 now. That's 6. Oh, we're not going to get a 3 Christmas 3 there. We could get a Christmas 3 here. The last opportunity for a Christmas 3 is in row 9, column 9 today. And we've got this new monstrosity that's emerged as well, haven't we? That we're probably going to have to think about soon. But let's give ourselves a moment. 2, 7, 8 into these squares just to see whether or not there's anything Sudokuable going on. That cell is interesting actually. Let's go and have a quick look at that, because I can see something quite cool. Those 2 squares are in the correct positions for this sort of compass arrow going in all directions. Okay, is that helpful or not? We might have to. Oh, I don't know. Could that? It can't be a 2, because in fact it can't be 2, 3, or 4. So it's at least a 5, 6, 7, or 8 into this square by Sudoku. Now, what digits can be in the correct positions for this one? This can't be 1, that can't be 2, that can't be 3, that can't be 4, that can't be 5. So in a westerly direction, blue is not extendable. In a northerly direction, that can't be 2, 3, and that can't be 4. So it also takes nothing north. So it could get a 2 here. I've seen that. That can't be a 3. And if it goes south, that's wrong. That's wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4 here. No. Sudoku prevents that, so it has to be a 5 there. Well, I think this has to be in. Otherwise this would be a 4 and it would clash. It seems that the maximum total we're getting to is a 2 here, double 1, and whatever this is. So this is essential. 2, 3, 4. So that is a 5. I think that did clear fog. So that is not 5. In fact, this is now at least 7, depending on whether... Oh, it can't be 9 because of... Why? Why? Oh, because of Sudoku. I was wondering why I hadn't pencil marked a 9 in there, but it can't be 9. We're on 7. If that becomes correct, we would be on 9, so that is 7. And this is not 2, so that's 4. That's sort of a negative constraint coming into play. Oh, no, 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 no. Again, we're foiled on the Christmas tree. This happened yesterday as well. So this is a 1-4 pair. This is, well, that's 5, so we can actually resolve what this is. That's 3. We just missed it. Okay, that's now not 7, is it? And not 5, that's 8. But we can now, I think, write 6 into this square and allow Sudoku to be our friend. Now this is not 2. And these are not 7. I've got a 2-8 pair here, so that becomes a 7. That did clear fog, so I think that's a 6-8 pair, so that's now a 2. That's 2, that's 8. Now, that means that the 8, look, in this bottom, well, row 8 has to go there. And this square here has to be a 6 in the corner, which gives us a 7-9 pair here. We got a 1-3 pair, which is resolved. 3, 1, 1, 4. This is 2, 7 or 9. It's 7 or 9, so the 2 in the bottom row has to go there. That all finishes. That finishes here. And I think we're getting there, aren't we? 2 and 4 have to be that way round. And in this column we need 9 and 8, which we can do. That's going to give us the 6. Put a 6 in the middle of the grid. And if we haven't made a mistake, that's 5. What a beautiful puzzle. I think it's right. Let's see. Yes. Whoa. Whoa. 250 people all but in 9 days. So it's very popular. And it's very popular, Nurator, with me. What a lovely puzzle. A late Christmas present for me today. I thought some of the logic was really clever. This was my favourite bit. Working out that these two had to share those 4 cells, exactly 2 each. That's a beautiful piece of setting. Really classy. Loved it. Let me know in the comments how you got on with it. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.